So I'm on the A1, and it's raining yet again. Just some notes about driving here. They have warnings about speed cameras everywhere. But unlike in Australia, I drove in Australia for a bit, and there they have at least 2 signs that say, you know, speed camera ahead every time there's a speed camera. And here I suspect they do not. So I think I've blown past a couple of speed cameras at least. I don't know how much a ticket is. I'll probably find out though, unfortunately. This car is a new car, but it's not that fast. Yeah, I think it's like a 1.2 liter, I'm not sure, I'll have to look it up and tell you. But you really have to work the gears. Like going up a hill, you gotta drop it, you know, 1 or 2 gears just to make it up the hill. And then getting up to speed. Yeah. Driving here is kind of like driving in the South, where everybody just kind of takes their time, isn't too worried about it, you know, big gaps. Not so much in the city, or like the city, where, you know, everybody's got to get to where they're going, and everybody's fast, and, you know, close together, and all that. I could really use some caffeine, like an energy drink or something, and they have these signs that are like, services ahead. And I figure, okay, well, if there's a gas station, gas stations always have something like an energy drink that I can get. Well, they'll tell you there's a service station ahead, but then when you take that exit, there's no, it's like, it's this way, or it's 0.5 miles this way, or anything. You get off at the exit, and then it turns into a little town, and there's no like shops or stores recognizable as storefronts, so you can't tell if that's a house, or is that a store, or is that a closed pub, or what. So it's kind of frustrating trying to find just convenience stuff. I haven't filled the gas tank on this thing yet. I've used about half the gas tank driving yesterday up to that bar, and today. Oh, also, these things I guess are the equivalent of the interstate. It's the A1, like if it's a 1-digit, it's kind of like a main thoroughfare. But I swear there was a tractor, like a legit, you know, 10-foot wheel tractor dragging God knows what, just on the interstate. I nearly hit the thing because it's only going about 10 miles an hour on the interstate. That would be illegal back in the States. You have to go a minimum speed. Here, not so much. I don't know. Maybe there's not roads that they could use otherwise. Right now, I'm also stuck behind, I don't know if you can see it up there, but this nice, slow-moving thing. I think the road I'm on is supposed to be going like 60 miles an hour. I'm going 30. And yeah, raining. So I guess everybody's like, oh, I forget how to drive when it's raining. But, oh, one more thing. It's ridiculously easy to like rent a car and do things here. I was expecting a lot more hassle and paperwork and checks and that kind of stuff. When I rented the car, I called them up the night before, had a few questions answered, had a reservation, and then they picked me up at the train station, drove me back, and then it was just bing, bing, bing. I had presented my American driver's license, my passport, and a credit card. And if I was like, that's it, on your way. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but it's like too easy. I don't know. I got there's like a mandatory damage protection thing. So you would pay up to like £600 for damage to your vehicle, but then for like £10 a day, you can reduce it down to £100 maximum. And I did that just because I figured I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. Just so many things could go wrong. But I was expecting a bit more hectic people on the road, but it's pretty lackadaisical. Just the biggest things you got to worry about are these like camper vans, trucks, tractors, just these big things that slow you down. Every time there's a merge, nobody knows. Everybody just slows way down. I'm on my way to Sea Houses, which is right near Holy Island. Sea Houses apparently has really good fish and chips, and I'm hoping maybe they also have some caffeine there, at least a coffee. So I'm gonna stop there, get some lunch, then go to Holy Island. And Holy Island is where the Vikings first landed, and they raided like a monastery or a church or something. And it's interesting because the tide comes in, and the road that you use to get onto the island is covered in water. So you have to time your entrance with the tide. And high tide is at like 12:30 today. Low tide is at 6:30 tonight. Right now it's 12:51. So there's no point in even showing up at this point, or at least yet. So I'm gonna go and get some food, and after that, see if I can drive over there. And if not, Holy Island is also really close to Scotland. So I might just drive over the border just to say, hey, I'm in Scotland. I assume the border will be nothing, because I think they're still part of the crown somehow, that you don't even need a different passport to go there. Yeah. So, oh, I don't know if I mentioned, but coming over here on the ferry from Dublin to England, not a single bag check, metal detector, even a question. I didn't have to fill out a card. It's ridiculously easy to it's like just driving between states back home. There's like nothing that you have to do. I'm expecting at least to fill out a card when I fly over to the Netherlands on Monday, tomorrow. But I don't know, I guess they're not that concerned. But yeah. Alright. Talk to you later.